Chosen one, what I'm about to share with you is urgent and life-changing. If you're watching this right now, it's no accident. God spoke just 1 minute ago, and his message is for you. God is breaking through the silence with a powerful announcement that will shift everything in your life. You are no longer stuck in waiting. You are moving from wanting to having the blessings, breakthroughs, and miracles you've been praying for are already on their way to you. This is not just a mental shift. This is a spiritual awakening and an energetic transformation like you've never experienced before as a chosen one. You are about to witness things falling into place at an incredible speed. Doors will open, paths will clear, and your life will rise to a new level of success, health, and happiness. But here's the key. You must align yourself with this divine timing and God's clear instructions to unlock your full power. Before we dive into this incredible message, pause this video right now and do these 3 things. Smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, help us reach 75,000 chosen ones ready for this shift comment. With the number 99, this sends a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying your connection to God's message. Remember, if you truly are a chosen one, you will watch this video all the way through, because deep inside your spirit already knows this is your moment. If you're not ready, you might stop now. But for those who stay, prepare for your life to never be the same again. God has spoken. Now, it's your time to rise. Let's get started. Just 1 minute ago, a profound and urgent message echoed from the heavens. God himself spoke directly to every chosen one across the globe. This is not just another spiritual whisper or distant call. It is a bold and unmistakable shout to awaken your heart and soul. Imagine the creator of the universe breaking his silence, reaching out with clear instructions meant solely for you. Because you are special, you are chosen, and you are destined for greatness beyond what you have ever imagined for too long. The voices of doubt, fear, and distraction have drowned out divine guidance. But now that silence has been shattered, God is calling you to listen deeply, not with your ears alone, but with your spirit. This is a moment of transformation, a pivotal turning point where your entire life, your mission, and your legacy are on the line. Will you hear this sacred call and rise to answer it? Or will you let this moment pass unnoticed? This is not hyperbole or exaggeration. Every second that ticks by is a chance to embrace your divine purpose or to remain shackled by the ordinary. The universe itself holds its breath, waiting to see how you will respond. This message is personal, urgent, and life-changing. Are you ready to step into your destiny? The time is now. The battles you face aren't random or accidental. They are real and they are intensifying. Worldwide, every day, chosen ones are under siege, not only in the spiritual realm, but in their physical realities, attacks on their health, wealth, careers, and relationships. This is a coordinated assault by dark forces, desperate to derail your divine mission. You might have noticed a sudden downturn in your energy, unexpected setbacks, or inexplicable hardships cropping up all at once. This is a spiritual war with very real material consequences. Look around. Stories of chosen ones losing jobs, falling ill, or struggling in relationships flood the news and your communities. These are not coincidences. The enemy is using every weapon at their disposal: fear, deception, financial instability, and emotional turmoil to weaken you, to cloud your vision, and to steal your joy. But remember, these forces have no power over the light that burns inside you. Understanding that these attacks are worldwide and systematic is the first step toward reclaiming your strength. You are not alone in this fight across nations, states, and cities. Your brothers and sisters are also standing firm, battling these same dark currents together. We form a resilient force that will not be broken. Recognizing the scope of this war, prepares you to defend yourself with purpose and faith. Feeling overwhelmed or drained does not mean you are weak. On the contrary, these challenges are signs that you are a critical player in a fierce spiritual conflict. The enemy targets the strongest soldiers. First, the ones whose light threatens to illuminate the darkness. You are under attack precisely because you matter, because your rise threatens the status quo. Think of a mighty oak tree battered by a storm. It may sway and lose some leaves, but its roots grow deeper. Its trunk thickens and its branches reach higher. This storm is your spiritual warfare, testing your resilience, your faith, and your commitment. Every moment of struggle is an opportunity for growth and empowerment. You are stronger than you realize, forged in the fires of adversity to become unstoppable. This battle demands courage and clarity. It requires you to see beyond the immediate pain and setbacks and recognize the grander design. Your endurance is not by chance. It's a testament to your purpose. Remember, even the darkest night is followed by dawn. Your spiritual strength, once fully awakened, will outshine every attack. The time has come to abandon the mundane, the trivial, and the routine. God's message is crystal clear. Stop investing your time and energy in ordinary pursuits that drain your spirit. You were never meant to live a life confined by society's limited expectations or to serve agendas that do not align with your divine calling. Imagine a bird trapped in a cage, fluttering desperately, longing to soar in the open skies. This is how you feel when you work for mere earthly goals. Your soul yearns for freedom, for impact, for a life of purpose and meaning that transcends the material. God is inviting you to step out of this cage and embrace a higher mission that will change not only your life, but the lives of countless others. Your calling is unique and urgent. Every moment spent on ordinary tasks is a moment lost in fulfilling your divine task. This is your moment to break free, to say no to distractions, and yes to the extraordinary plan God has designed specifically for you. The world is waiting for your light to shine. Don't keep it hidden any longer. This message isn't vague or open-ended. It comes with a divine mandate. God has entrusted you with a sacred task, one that only you can fulfill, and it must be completed urgently. The urgency is not meant to create fear, but to ignite passion and focus. Your divine assignment is the key to unlocking blessings, breakthroughs, and transformations for yourself and others. Picture a relay race where the baton is passed to you at this critical moment. You are the chosen runner, and the fate of the race depends on your speed, determination, and faith. Hesitation or distraction could cost more than just personal loss. It could affect generations to come. God's task is specific, and your obedience will determine your rise into full spiritual power. This is a call to action that requires unwavering commitment and sacrifice. But with every step you take in obedience, you are not alone. Divine support surrounds you, angels guide you, and your spiritual vision sharpens. This task is your destiny, and fulfilling it will unlock blessings beyond your wildest dreams. The first crucial step in this divine mission is to activate your spiritual eyes, and it begins now within the next 3 days. This is not merely a metaphor, but a profound awakening that will allow you to perceive realities beyond the physical world. Spiritual eye activation will sharpen your insight, reveal hidden truths, and empower you to navigate challenges with supernatural clarity during these 3 days. Focus intentionally on healing and awakening your eyes. Practice deep meditation, prayer, and reflection. Pay attention to signs, symbols, and subtle shifts in energy around you. Some of you might already feel the stirrings of this awakening, the gentle flicker of new vision ready to burst into full flame. The change will be undeniable. You will begin to see past illusions and deceptions that once clouded your judgment. This spiritual clarity will not only protect you, but will illuminate your path forward, revealing the forces at work and how to overcome them. Trust this process, for it is the gateway to your true power. Once your spiritual eyes are activated, you will experience a remarkable shift. You will see beyond what ordinary eyes can perceive. This divine vision transcends physical sight. It pierces through veils of deception, exposes hidden dangers, and reveals the pathways God has laid out for you. It's like gaining access to a higher dimensional perspective, where truth and clarity reign supreme. This vision will give you the power to identify spiritual attacks before they manifest materially. You'll recognize subtle signs of manipulation, deceit, and negativity that once slipped by unnoticed. It's a shield and a sword, combined, empowering you to defend your destiny with wisdom and grace. Imagine walking through life with a light so bright that darkness cannot hide. Your decisions will be guided by this newfound clarity, freeing you from confusion, fear, and doubt. This is your divine birthright. To see what others cannot and to act decisively in alignment with God's plan. In these turbulent times, your material resources are under threat. One of the most powerful protections God has revealed is to invest your wealth into silver and gold. These precious metals have been trusted for centuries as safe havens, guarding against financial attacks, economic instability, and spiritual theft. Think about historical examples during times of crisis. Those who held gold and silver preserved their wealth and even prospered, while others suffered devastating losses. This is not just financial advice, it's a divine strategy to shield your blessings from negative forces trying to steal or devalue what God has entrusted to you, even if you cannot fully convert your assets. Immediately start small place gold coins or silver items strategically to create spiritual and material protection around your wealth. This simple but powerful act is a declaration that you will not be a victim of loss or deception. Your wealth is sacred and it deserves divine safeguarding. Your financial security is more than numbers in a bank account. It is a spiritual battlefield. Enemies aim to steal your prosperity through deceit, envy, and manipulation. This is why guarding your finances with vigilance and faith is essential. God commands you to be proactive to build barriers that block negative energies and human schemes alike. Practical steps include investing wisely, avoiding suspicious deals, and surrounding yourself with trustworthy advisors. Spiritually, daily prayers and affirmations to protect your money can create a shield that deflects attacks. Remember, financial loss can sometimes be a symptom of deeper spiritual issues that must be addressed. Understanding that money is a tool for your divine mission transforms how you protect it. It's not just about accumulation, but stewardship. When you guard your finances well, you preserve the resources needed to fulfill your calling and bless others, creating a ripple effect of divine abundance when faced with hurt, betrayal, or wrongdoing. Your instinct might be to retaliate or shut down emotionally, but God's instruction is radical. Respond with love, kindness, and ethical behavior. No matter how deeply you are wronged, this is not weakness. It is the highest form of strength and spiritual discipline. Responding with love breaks the vicious cycle of negativity and spiritual curses that feed on anger and revenge. It disarms your enemies and preserves your divine protection. Imagine the power in answering hostility with compassion, turning potential conflict into peace and healing. It's a revolutionary act that transforms you, and the situation history shows that great leaders and saints who practiced this principle overcame immense opposition and left legacies of peace. You too can break free from the chains of bitterness and step into a higher realm of divine protection and favor. This is how you truly win the battle, by refusing to fight with darkness. No chosen one is meant to walk this path alone. God commands you to seek out other spiritual warriors, people who share your values, your mission, and your faith. Building strong bonds and communities creates a powerful network of support, protection, and shared wisdom. Look around in your workplace, neighborhood, and online communities. Identify those who radiate light and positivity. Reach out, build relationships, and form alliances that can withstand the attacks aimed at isolated individuals. Unity creates a collective strength that is far greater than any lone effort together. You can share insights, pray for one another, and collaborate on divine assignments. This spiritual fellowship becomes a fortress where negativity struggles to penetrate. Remember, God's power flows most strongly when His children stand united in love and purpose. In these times, relying solely on manifestation techniques or positive thinking is insufficient and even dangerous. The negative spiritual energy surrounding you disrupts these methods, rendering them ineffective. God warns that only through direct connection with Him can true breakthroughs come. Manifestation can sometimes create false hope or delay real action, divine power. However, is a living force that moves mountains, opens doors, and provides clarity beyond human understanding. It is only by surrendering to God's will and following His instructions that you unlock genuine transformation. This means deepening your prayer life, listening intently for God's voice, and aligning your actions with His guidance. Trusting in God's power surpasses all human efforts and ensures that your rise is both spiritually authentic and eternally secure. Purity of heart and action is crucial in this divine season. God commands you to reject sin and unethical behaviors, even if tempted to do so for the sake of family, friends, or loved ones. This test is difficult, but it is essential to protect your spiritual integrity and the missions entrusted to you. Compromising values, even with good intentions, opens doors for darkness to enter and weakens your divine protection. Imagine a warrior wielding a sword with a cracked blade. It won't hold in battle. Your purity is that sword. It must remain unblemished to cut through spiritual attacks and lead with righteousness. This challenge extends to every relationship and situation. Your discipline in avoiding sin becomes a beacon of light and a testimony of faith to those around you. God is calling you to be a standard bearer of holiness in a world desperate for genuine love and truth. Everything you are experiencing is part of a divine test. Your faith is being stretched, your love challenged, and your discipline measured. This test is not to break you, but to mold you into the leader God designed you to be. A beacon of hope, resilience, and grace. Tests reveal character. They separate those who merely believe from those who live their faith with conviction. This is your opportunity to prove your loyalty, to show that no attack, temptation, or hardship can deter you from God's path. Your responses now will echo throughout eternity. Remember the stories of great spiritual heroes who faced trials far greater than yours and emerged victorious. Their secret was steadfast faith, unconditional love, and unwavering discipline. This test is your invitation to join their ranks and rise above every obstacle. The world's voice is loud, tempting, and often misleading. It urges you to conform, to seek approval, or to take the easy way out. But God's call is different. It demands courage, conviction, and commitment to a higher purpose. The moment to choose is now. Will you follow the fleeting trends of the world or the eternal path of God? Your rise is already in motion by choosing God over worldly distractions. You align yourself with a power that transcends all limitations. This path may be challenging, but it is filled with divine favor, protection, and unimaginable breakthroughs that no enemy can stop. This is your destiny, the moment to claim your rightful place as a leader, a healer, and a light in darkness. Stand firm, follow God's instructions without hesitation, and watch as your life transforms into a powerful testimony of faith and victory in the midst of confusion, noise, and overwhelming uncertainty. God's voice has pierced through with crystal clear urgency. This moment is not a random event or coincidence. It is a deliberate and divine interruption designed to capture your full attention. When the world feels like it's spiraling into chaos, the Creator's voice is the steady beacon guiding you back to purpose and truth. Consider how a lighthouse stands firm against violent storms, its beam cutting through darkness and fog to save countless lives. That is exactly what God's message is. Right now, a steady, unshakable light amidst the turmoil. If you find yourself lost, confused, or overwhelmed, recognize this moment as your lifeline. This voice is calling you home to your destiny and to a higher reality beyond your current struggles. Reject the temptation to ignore or dismiss this message as coincidence or happenstance. Divine timing is perfect and intentional. God is reaching out to the chosen few who are ready to listen and rise above the chaos. Embrace this breakthrough with open arms. It is the key to unlocking your breakthrough and your purpose in this critical season. Know this: when God's voice breaks through, everything changes. This is the moment to realign your heart. Sharpen your focus and prepare to act. The chaos around you is temporary, but the impact of obeying this call will echo through eternity. You are not just facing random hardships. You are the target of a calculated and coordinated assault by spiritual and material forces. The enemy knows your value and is actively hunting you, seeking to dismantle your purpose through relentless attacks on every front, your mind-body relationships and finances. This is a global campaign designed to silence and weaken the light you carry. Think of a chess game where every move against you is calculated to corner and capture. This is not a game you can afford to play passively. The enemy's strategy is multi-layered, combining deception, fear, tactics, and distraction to disrupt your focus. You may feel isolated, but know that this battle spans continents and cultures, and many, like you, are standing strong in this fight. Recognizing the strategy behind these attacks empowers you to prepare and respond with intention. You are not a victim caught in the crossfire. You are a warrior with a mission. Your awareness of the enemy's tactics is your greatest weapon, allowing you to outmaneuver and neutralize their schemes. This global targeting demands global awareness. Connect with others who share your mission. Exchange insights and build a network of resilience, united the chosen ones. Form an unstoppable force that the enemy cannot conquer. Every moment of hesitation is a moment lost in the battle for your destiny. Delays in following God's clear instructions are not harmless. They can be perilous. The spiritual enemy exploits procrastination to deepen your vulnerabilities and amplify attacks on your life and mission. Obedience, swift and unwavering, is the lifeline you must grasp. Now, imagine a firefighter arriving late to a blazing building. The delay could mean the difference between saving lives and total destruction. Your delay in obedience functions, similarly allowing fires of confusion, fear, and attack to spread unchecked. God's instructions are designed to protect you. Delaying them puts you at unnecessary risk. Remember that obedience is a form of trust, an act of faith in the divine plan. Unfolding, it demonstrates your readiness to rise and fulfill your purpose. Every instruction is a protective shield, a step toward victory. Ignoring or postponing these commands jeopardizes not only your success but your spiritual safety. This is the time to act immediately, move with urgency, confidence, and faith. God is not calling you to gradual progress, but to decisive and immediate obedience. Your rise depends on it. Forget everything you've heard about motivational talks or inspirational speeches. What you are receiving now is far beyond that. It is a divine emergency broadcast, straight from the heart of God. This message carries the weight of eternal consequences and the urgency of a life or death spiritual situation. Think of it as an urgent evacuation order issued before a natural disaster. Ignoring it could cost you everything. This is a wake-up call, not a gentle nudge. God is calling you to drop complacency, doubt, and distraction, and to fully engage in the spiritual battle that affects your soul and your legacy. The stakes have never been higher. This message is meant to cut through noise, false hope, and spiritual lethargy. It demands your full attention, immediate action, and unwavering commitment. This is not the time for half measures or delayed responses. Hear this divine broadcast clearly. Your obedience now can mean the difference between victory and defeat. This is your moment of reckoning, your call to courage, and your invitation to rise as never before when everything seems to unravel, when health fails, finances dwindle, and relationships fracture. Know this truth. These are not signs of God's rejection or punishment. They are strategic setups orchestrated by the enemy to distract, discourage, and defeat you. God's plan for you is abundance, joy, and victory, not chaos and loss. Think of these trials as traps laid in the path meant to confuse and entangle you like a skilled hunter. Setting snares, the enemy uses setbacks to break your spirit and derail your destiny, but you are not powerless. You have the ability to see beyond the trap and avoid it through spiritual discernment and faith. Remember biblical stories like Joseph's journey through betrayal and imprisonment, or David's battles against Goliath. Their hardships were not God's will, but tests that refined their character and prepared them for their divine purpose. Your current struggles can be the same. Stepping stones toward greater strength and victory. Recognize these setups for what they are. Refuse to succumb to despair and stand firm in your faith. God's plan is for your breakthrough, and these trials are temporary obstacles you are destined to overcome, many among the chosen ones. Walk through life blind to the spiritual realities that shape their experiences. This spiritual blindness leaves them vulnerable to deception, confusion, and defeat. Healing. Your spiritual vision is not optional. It is essential for survival and victory in this critical season. Imagine trying to navigate a complex city with your eyes closed. Every step becomes dangerous, and every decision, risky spiritual blindness, works the same way, causing you to stumble into traps and miss divine guidance. Healing your vision means opening your spiritual eyes to see beyond the physical world and perceive God's truth clearly. This healing process requires intentionality, prayer, meditation, fasting, and a commitment to purity and truth. It involves rejecting lies and embracing God's revelation fully. When your vision is healed, you will discern attacks early, recognize opportunities, and walk confidently in your divine path. Don't allow spiritual blindness to your destiny. Commit today to the healing process and watch as your eyes open to the incredible reality God has prepared for you in this intense spiritual season. God is drawing a clear line between those who are genuine and those who merely wear the label of chosen ones without living the calling. This separation is necessary to protect the mission, strengthen the faithful, and expose deception within the ranks. Think of a refinery purifying gold fire and pressure. Remove all impurities, leaving only the purest metal. God's refining process is separating the true warriors from those who have allowed complacency, compromise, or falsehood to weaken their spiritual armor. This is not a time for half-hearted faith or empty rituals. Ask yourself honestly, where do you stand? Are you fully committed to walking in obedience, love, and discipline, or have you been holding back content with surface-level spirituality? This moment demands clarity and courageous self-examination. Your choice determines your place in God's unfolding plan. Stand firm, embrace your calling fully, and join the ranks of the genuine who will inherit the promised breakthroughs and blessings. The natural laws of society, culture, and human expectations no longer define your life as a chosen one. You operate under a higher set of principles. Divine law which governs your actions, decisions, and destiny. This shift is profound and liberating, but also demands radical obedience and faith. Think of it like a soldier promoted to a special forces unit. The old rules and protocols don't apply anymore, because the mission and responsibilities are entirely different. Divine law prioritizes spiritual alignment, ethical integrity, and unwavering trust in God's direction over worldly logic and norms. This means sometimes you will need to act counterculturally, choosing love where others choose hate, faith where others choose fear, and righteousness where others compromise. It's not easy, but it is the path to true freedom and power. Embrace this new reality wholeheartedly. Your rise depends on living fully under divine law, letting go of old limitations, and walking boldly into your God-ordained destiny. God's protection is real and powerful, but it comes with conditions. Obedience to his clear instructions. This is a covenant relationship, not a passive promise. You must actively follow the steps God has laid out to maintain his shield around your life. Imagine a fortress with walls that can only protect if the gates are kept closed and the soldiers remain vigilant. Disobedience or neglect opens the gates to the enemy. God's instructions are, those gates, follow them diligently and you remain safe. Ignore them and you leave yourself exposed. This conditional protection is an invitation to partnership with God. It shows how much he values your cooperation and commitment. It's also a test of your faith. Are you willing to trust and obey even when it's difficult? Take these instructions seriously. They are your lifeline, your spiritual armor, and the blueprint for victory. Your future depends on honoring this covenant with God fully. Your financial blessings are more than just material assets. They are spiritual targets under constant surveillance. By negative forces, your wealth is being tracked, monitored, and attacked in ways you may not see but can certainly feel. This spiritual tracking means you must take urgent steps to protect what God has given you. Think of your wealth as a treasure map that leads straight to your divine destiny. The enemy knows its value and tries to steal or sabotage it to keep you from fulfilling your mission. Ignoring this reality is like leaving your home door wide open in a dangerous neighborhood. The divine instruction to invest in gold and silver is a powerful shield against these attacks. These precious metals create a spiritual barrier, a form of divine security that ordinary currency cannot provide. This is not merely financial advice. It is spiritual warfare. Strategy: act now to safeguard your wealth. Pray over your finances, seek divine guidance in investments, and build spiritual protection around your resources. Your prosperity is essential to your purpose. Don't let it slip through enemy hands in these turbulent times. Isolation is your greatest enemy. The chosen ones cannot stand alone. A new network must arise, strong, united, and spiritually connected. This is not just about finding like-minded people. It's about creating a powerful spiritual alliance that will withstand every attack and advance the divine mission with unstoppable force. Think about how the early apostles banded together, forming a brotherhood that changed the world. Their strength wasn't just in numbers, but in their unity and shared purpose. Today, you are called to form that same bond with others who carry the same divine calling. Seek them in your communities, workplaces, and even online. Build relationships founded on truth. love, and mutual support. When chosen ones unite, their combined spiritual power creates a protective shield and a launch pad for miracles.